Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. And for this video I'm going to tell about the new cup that is going to be introduced on 23rd of March this season, which is going to be the Mountain Cup. And I'm going to try to simplify this meta of Mountain Cup, which is going to be a new special cup introduced in season 14, which is going to be a Great League format allowing only ice type, ground, rock and steel type, alongside Swampert being banned, which just totally makes sense, because it will just be an overpowered Pokemon that can handle ice, that can handle ground and steel. So it's banned for a good reason, which is really good. So over here in the graphics I have three parts over here, and a fourth part which I'll come to later. So let's start off with the first typing, which is going to be steel over here, that comprises of Pokemons like Registeel, Lucario, Escavalier, Galarian Stunfisk, later on and Empoleon also viable, have some play. So since being like steel, alongside some of the Pokemons like Escavalier and Lucario does have access to fighting moves such as counter, which is really good. It can handle other steel types as well. Alongside it does good against ice and rock. It can handle very well, because Registeel, Escavalier, Lucario, Galarian Stunfisk can easily match up really good with the ice typings over here, which is going to be Walrein, Abomasnow, or maybe Aurorus, which is rated a little low, but still it does have access to that, and Lapras also. So this is the first typing over here, and moving down the line we have the next one, that is going to be ice, which I've just mentioned with the Pokemons of it, which also have ice type alongside a part typing of maybe water, grass and rock as well, which can handle the third type in the meta, which is going to be ground. So I'll come to the ground later over here, but since the ice typing has got a really good mix-up of the second part typing over here, such as Lapras has got access to water, which is really good. Walrein has got access to water, which is again fine, so it can handle ground type and does neutral damage to steel type as well, so it is really good. And apart from Aurorus, it have got access to, like, for Aurorus it is part rock that can handle rock type is actually kind of a submissive or less prominent typing in the meta, because rock does take super effective from both steel and ground, so it can only resist ice. So I'm not sure why they have introduced it, but yeah, it is how it is. So moving down the line, alongside with Aurorus, we have got access to Abomasnow in the ice typing as well, which is part ice and grass. That is really good. It can handle other grass types and water, ground as well. So but it just hard lose to steel, so as long as you are getting it away from steel, you are in the safe side. So for the next typing we have the ground typing, which I think is the most dominant typing over here, because it have got access to Diggersby, which is super tanky, alongside two mud boys over here, which is Whiscash and Marstorm, with a different type of moveset, because Whiscash have got access to Mud Bomb and one water type move, which is not really good. Yeah, it's Water Pulse, and for grass type it does have access to Blizzard. And the pre-evolution of Swampert, which is going to be Marstomp over here, that does have access to Surf and Mud Bomb, which is really cool for this meta, which is really good. And it can handle both ice and steels as well, so which is really good. And the reason I told that I think ground is the most dominant meta of this over here, because of Diggersby, because Diggersby is rated super high, and because of its bulk stat and access to Fire Punch that can handle both steel and ice, and Earthquake that can handle again rock and steel also. And so for this very good reason, I think Diggersby will dominate the meta, and people will be like every alternative team might have got access to, like will be having access to Diggersby. If not, that is the case, but like people will be running Diggersby or either Diggersby counter over here in this meta, that's for sure. So this meta over here alongside steel, rock, like steel, rock, ice and ground, but particularly three typings are dominant over here, and rock is just submissive in this case. But nevertheless, we have got access to some wild cards which I have mentioned in the graphics within a dotted white circle over here, which does have access to Frostlass, Greedily and Torterra over here. So Frostlass is really good in this meta, also being part ice and ghost over here. It can take it can neutralize the counter damage from the ice, like from the steel typings, and also can resist the ice typing from the ice type users over here, and also does threat the ground types with avalanche, and can threat shield or maybe potential high amount of coverage nuke with the shadow ball over here alongside for the steels and ice. So with that typing, it can be really well utilized, it can be really good. Apart from it, we have got two grass type users, which is going to be Greedily and Torterra over here. So Torterra is actually having access to Razor Leaf, which is going to be super threatening for this Diggersby and other mud boys. So do watch out for that. And since it does have access to Sand Tomb also, it can Sand Tomb is not a great move, but still it can debuff the opponent's defense, which can threat steel types as well. So, and Greedily being rock and grass, it have access to Bullet Seed, Grass Knot, which can handle the mud boys over here, and ground types, maybe Diggersby as well. And apart from that, it have got access to the nuke of Stone Edge that can potentially one shot many ice types over here. Maybe an Auroras or maybe a Evermusnover also can usually threat with that. So that is the reason this I have mentioned them separately, you know, like as a wildcard entry over here. It depends on the Pokemon that you are using. It can handle maybe all the three typings, or maybe two among the three, or like this kind of ups and downs and mismatches over here. So so for this meta over here, though it seems to be a RPS meta, but it is not kindly, like not truly a RPS meta, because we have got part typings of like fighting, water, and flying as well with Gligar and Gliscor over here. So it does make a bit tricky for being RPS. So it is RPS, but it's slightly deviating from the main standard RPS over here. And alongside the entry of the wild cards, which is like Torterra, Greedily and Frostlass, and some other mons as also, maybe like Ferrothorn can also be a good answer to mud boys and ice types over here. So this wildcard entries can like reshape the meta for not being an RPS over here. So that will be all for the simplified meta breakdown for with Mountain Cup over here. And for the top teams, like many other content creators will be posting online for the top teams, but I'll not come up with that. So I'll just be there for the meta simplified over here. So teams, they can actually move forward with that, but I also will be trying out many different teams, which I'll be coming up with in my next videos and showcasing the battles as I have done earlier also. So that will be all. So if you're liking the content onto this channel, do surely support me by subscribing it and liking the videos, and might be you can share with your friends as well. That helps me a lot and keeps me motivated for the next videos as well. So that will be all, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.